Hello, welcome to episode 8. It's been a crazy morning. I started off the morning, I was up at, I think 8 o'clock. That's early for me. But I had a good sleep, so why not just stay up? So I've been up. I did some ironing and got some stuff ready to make some bob and carrier bags. And then I thought, well, I should get ready to podcast because then, I have some good light today. And then my husband calls me and says, I need you to go do a delivery because I don't have enough staff right now. One of our staff had to show up late. And so I had to go run and do a delivery. Oh, my new mug. So I got a new Halloween mug from David's. And the cat and the witch aren't there until you put your tea in. It was pretty cool. If you go to David's website, which I think is davidstea.com, they have a little video of it changing color. And I'm like, I need to have one of those. So I went yesterday, got some tea, got some snickerdoodle tea. That's what I'm having today. The snickerdoodle tea is brittle pieces, cinnamon, monk fruit, rooibos, natural butterscotch, and cinnamon flavoring, and contains hazelnut. So that's the snickerdoodle tea. It is awesome. It is like a very cinnamony tea, and because I'm gluten intolerant, I can't have snickerdoodle cookies, which are like one of my top 3 cookies that I love to have. Although I did find a gluten-free recipe for snickerdoodles, so I will try that probably soon because I like to have them around Christmas time. But if I can't have snickerdoodles, then I can always have snickerdoodle tea. Although it is one of the teas that is it's from their fall collection, and they're closing their fall collection pretty soon, probably to bring out the winter collection. And so I got an email yesterday saying that if you want this tea, you better go get some. So I did. I bought 200 grams of it. That should last me, I'm hoping, till Christmas. But it may not last that long because it's one of my favorite teas out of all the teas that I have, just because it's just so cinnamony and yummy. And so yeah, I had that. I went shopping. Yeah, that's what I said. I went shopping, got some tea. So today I'm having, though, I'm not just having snickerdoodle tea, I'm having a snickerdoodle latte. So it's very good. Anyways, how are you guys? I hope you guys had a great week. Thank you to everybody who watched last week with Susie. It was great fun. I had a lot of fun, and we are planning to do another one. I know I had a couple of requests saying that you guys should record it together again, which I think we will. It's pretty fun. She doesn't live that far from me, so it's pretty good that we can get together and stuff. Maybe next time we'll podcast and quilt on the same day. Since we both have a quilt we need to desperately work on. So, but yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to do that very soon. Thank you, Susie, because I know she watches, for podcasting with me. I had super amount of fun. It was nice to have somebody to talk to, I am talking to you guys, but I don't get the feedback, right away. And so it was kind of nice to have somebody to just kind of banter back and forth with. So yeah, but we will for sure do that again. And maybe I'll even have some other special guests at some point. We'll figure things out, I'm sure. But yeah, we had lots of fun, and I'm really happy that we had lots of positive feedback from it, so it was really good. So hopefully you guys are okay with just me today. But yeah, so thank you for coming back to watch. Oh, sorry for the shaky camera. And thank you for, if you're new, I hope you like it. I'm all kinds of crazy. Today's episode, I didn't think I had a lot to show you, but apparently I do. So today we're gonna do knitting related things and life related things first, and then I'll do shop related things because I did have an update, so I wanted to show you all those goodies and show you maybe a little bit of stuff that's going to be coming up in the shop. So yeah, I guess we can get started. I have a shout out for Cara. I gotta get that right. Cara from Knit All the Things podcast. She's on her 3rd episode now, and her podcast is really cute. She's really cute, and she's fun to watch. So check her out. She is at Knit All the Things, I believe, on YouTube. I didn't look. I probably should have. But if you look her up, her Instagram name is cara.thompson. And yeah, I think she's Cara B on Ravelry. So I watched all 3 of her podcasts the other day, and I was pleasantly surprised. Not that I was surprised, but you know, like, I was pleasant. It was very nice. Very fun to watch her. So I'm looking forward to her 4th episode. And so I hope you guys will check her out too. So let's get right into things. So my friend Janice and I, my friend Janice decided to sign up for that mini skein club that I belong to. And she got her minis like last week sometime. I got mine yesterday. We live across like 30 feet of grass. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's because I complain about the mail all the time. I don't know. But anyways, mine was stuck at the border. Shocker. So these are the new minis. This is how they come. Remember how I showed you the last ones? I had already balled them up. But this is how they come. It's all in a nice little package. You get a little card that tells you what colors they are. Not that, you know, P205 means anything to anyone, but, you know, it might. And they're really cute. I really love the gray ones, and I love this one. So this one right here, because it's like gray, but it also has like spotties, and I really like when I get the ones with spots. And this green one's really nice too. It's got green and probably all crinkly. Maybe I should take them out. I will take them out. Sorry for the crinkles. I always forget that comes out like way louder than it does in real life. So this green one, it's got spots and stuff in it too. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a gray and black tonal, and then this very loud pink. That one will make some pretty nice squares. And then there's like this multicolor rainbowy type thing. So that should be pretty. And then of course the one I really like. I don't know why I really like these ones. Whatever. They're nice. And then this like pinky purpley one. So that's pretty cool. I can do some more squares. I did do 2 squares this week. So I think my count is now up to 22. I'll have to count them later. I'm also working on another blanket too, but I'll show you that later after I'm through with acquisitions, because my last episode was my last episode that I recorded by myself was just kind of all over the place. So I'm going to try and stick to my plan today. I was planning my podcast this morning, in between picking out fabrics and things for the bobbin carriers, and I'm like, you need to do this and this and this, and I actually wrote it down this time so that I could have a plan to follow. So maybe we'll have some sort of order to this one. So I got some new stuff, and I think I dropped her card. Oh well, that's okay. She has a little tag on here anyways. I got some Nuge fiber. Look at this pretty stuff. I'll show you this side because I like this side the best. Look at all that yellow and blue. I'm so excited for this one. So this is her Morningside sock base, and it is 100% superwash merino wool. 400 yards, and it's called Who Wants. You might see a theme in this yarn and the next yarn, because I also got Police Box, and Police Box is from the Little Mount Yarn Company. Look at her little tag, it's so cute. So this one's called Police Box, and it's showing up a little bit more bluer than it is, but it's Police Box Blue. And it is her essential sock base, which is very nice. And it is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 430 yards. And it's gorgeous. So do you see a theme? Yes, I'm a little bit obsessed with Doctor Who right now. And although I'm not really crazy about the new Doctor. Is it Peter Capaldi? I think so. I think it's because, like, I didn't watch the old Doctor Who. And so I started, like, with the new stuff, like with the recent stuff. And so I guess, like, all of the Doctors so far have always been, like, younger Doctors. And so I guess, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just not crazy about the older Doctor. But maybe he'll grow on me. It is only episode 8 right now that's out, so you know, I guess I can put these down here. So, tell me what you think of the Doctor, if you watch. And if you don't, why don't you? It's pretty good, if you like sci-fi stuff. I really do. It's really nice to, escape from reality. Sometimes. I got my Desert Vista Dye Works order, which I've been waiting for, which seems like forever, but I know she's really backed up. So I got 4 skeins to show you. This one is her Viso base. I don't know really how to say that, but it's 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, 462 yards. And this one is called School is in Session, and this one is a self-striping. I like this one. It's kind of, it's very, I don't know, what is the word for it? Crisp. Colors are very crisp. So I'm excited to work with that one. I also got, in the same base, Zombie Wants to Drink Your Blood in self-striping. I like this one too. I really like the green in there. So this should be fun to knit up. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Probably socks. Probably socks. Another Halloween socks, which I haven't worked on. My new pattern that I'm supposed to be working on. No, haven't worked on it all week. I've been busy. Busy doing stuff that I'll show. So, and then I also got her Voyeur base. It's 100% superwash merino wool, fingering weight, approximately 490 yards. Good yardage. And this is her The Colors of Autumn colorway, and it is a variegated colorway. It's really pretty. Very fall-like. I think I might make some mittens, like, or some gloves, or like fingerless things. We'll see. I'll have to look at patterns. I haven't looked. But those will go with my hat and my other gloves because my other ones are orange. So those will be like a nice offset to them if I do it. Oh, and another Viso base. I guess maybe it's Viso. I know, it's V-I-S-O. And this one is Zombies Eating Candy Corn. And this is the self-striping. And it's got spots. Spots. I like spots. And I really like this skein. So I have 2 Halloween-y ones. That's kind of nice. So now I'll have some, like probably 3 pairs of Halloween socks. That's cool. I'm excited. And I have, I did get some more charms, but I didn't really want to show you all of those because they're kind of, like I got some sets of charms, so I guess there'd be theme sets. So like I got a tea set, which is like all different types of teapots. And then I got some replenish stuff for stuff that I already had. So I'll probably put up some more charms in my shop soon-ish. I have to make them. Still, I haven't done any in a while. So I think that's all I have for acquisitions. Yeah, acquisitions that, you know, came to me. And so now we'll move into works in progress. So remember how I was working on my hitchhiker and I had like, I don't know, 20 some teeth done? I had to rip it out. I ripped it out because I realized that I was knitting with the wrong needle. And so it was coming out very, like not, oh my goodness, my brain is fried. Okay, so it was coming out very stiff. And so I restarted it. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a half teeth. So this is kind of like when I can't knit on anything else knitting. And that hasn't really happened all this week, so I haven't really worked on that. My sock, actually probably since you've seen it I have worked on this sock because I turned the heel so you can see the heel. I used Megan Williams' OMG heel. She has a pattern for it on Ravelry and you can check it out. When I post this sock pattern I will link to her heel because of course it's your choice whatever heel you use. But her heel starts at a different place than than other heels do. So if you're gonna follow the pattern my pattern exactly, then you'll want to download her heel as well. So, and her heel comes like as part of a whole pair of socks, but she also like separates the heel part so that you know, like depending on what stitch count you have, how to do her heel. So it's really cool. Her pattern is really awesome. And I was really excited to be able to put it in this sock because I really love that heel. Josh used it on his Mystic Spiral socks. So Josh from the Sort of a Knitter podcast, and that's SWORD of a Knitter. Just in case you're confused or can't find his podcast, that's how you spell it. Yeah, and I really liked it when I did it on his socks, and so I really wanted to incorporate it into one of my patterns. And of course, like I had said before, that I'd like to use several different heels with my sock patterns so that, you know, people get to experience different heels, because you know sometimes one heel might fit better than another, and you know if you have your favorite heel, great, use that. You know, no one's stopping you from changing that part of the pattern. But yeah, I'm really enjoying those, knitting those. I think I've pretty much memorized the stitch pattern now, which is good. So I just have the top of that sock to do, and then and the ribbing, and then do the second sock. So maybe I'll work on that a little bit more this week instead of other things. But I am doing a test knit too, which I will show you. And so I'd like to work on that probably more this week than anything else, just so that I can get it done. But yeah, so I will show you that now, since I'm talking about it. I am working on Josh's pattern. It's called Tailspin, and he gave me permission to show it as I was working on it, so I'm showing it off. So this is the progress that I've had over the last couple of days. So this is section 1 and a little bit of section 2, like a 1 row of section 2, 1 or 2 anyways, and I'm really loving it. It's got this detail here goes in different spots along the shawl, and so it's really fun. And I'm using Madeline Tosh Merino Light in all of these colors. I'm not going to list them off because all the tags are inside and I don't remember exactly which colors. Like, I know Jade is in here, and Dirty Panther, and I think Costo or whatever it is. I know those ones are in there, but so as the shawl goes, everywhere that there's one of these little triangular things, the colors change. So I'm really liking it so far. I was very excited when when I offered to test knit, and he said yes. So it's very nice to get it started. So I've been working on that kind of. I work on it until I run into like something that I need to talk to Josh about. Probably like stitch count. Well, yesterday it was stitch count. I don't know what I was thinking, but I couldn't get the right stitch count, and I knew I had knitted exactly what it was, so I talked with him, and he's like, yeah, I need to fix that. So he did. He fixed that for me. So I'm back knitting at it, and I'm having lots of fun with that. I really like the shawl, and I really love the yarn too. So it's very nice to knit with. And I'm also working on my sock yarn blanket, and I'll see if I can get it all sorted out so I can show you the whole thing. Ooh, I got several ends I need to sew in. And I'm working on a square right now, that square. So this purpley one. And then it is this long now. Sorry if that's really fast. I'll fold it in half and then you can see a little bit better. So there's first half and second half. And so I believe since I last showed you on my last podcast that I've pretty much added all of these to it. So from this one here, so from my marker, all the way over to this one. So yeah, having lots of fun with it. I've got 2 more squares. Yeah, because the other day I knit 4 squares at a time, which was kind of fun. I might do that again if I'm going to add more to this. So these are the 2 that I have left of that to add in to my blanket. And so I did the math. Remember how I said I had needed 788 squares to do my whole blanket? I think I might need more. I put it on my bed at about the halfway point. So if I'm doing 18 squares across, like the first row would be 18 squares across, I put it on my bed And where I wanted to hang off to the middle, it wasn't quite the middle. So I think I need to add more, so that number will probably increase. But I'm keeping track in my project page. So the amount that I have right now will go on my project page because I'm going to update every week before I podcast. So this week I didn't count them before I podcasted because I thought I would just do it while we're talking. Because I wanted to show you some of these squares because I know that some of them, like, I remember some of them. Like this obviously is the apple picking that I just finished those uncabled socks with. This one is a wandering wool mini skein. This one was from a shawl that I did a couple of years ago. It's a very peacocky, like, it's kind of, well, I guess the motif is kind of pineapple-ish, like, you know, crocheted pineapples, but it's knitted, so it was really, really nice. And then I have this really pretty green. It's more olivey green than shows up on the screen. And then these ones were socks, I believe. I think this one is January Yarns, her Silver Lining. And then, of course, this is White Birch Fiber Arts. And and then this one is this one's a purple, and it is in my Urban Survival shawl. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this will be square 21 once it's finished. So that's really nice. And then there's my favorite one, my rainbow one, and that's of course White Birch Fiber Arts again. And so yeah, I'm having lots and lots of fun with this blanket. I had hummed and hawed, like you probably saw. I don't know, maybe you didn't. So my friend Heather, Bunnyfish Crafts, from the Bunnyfish Crafts podcast, she's just about done one and she has another one started. Crazy girl. And every time I see her blanket, I'm like, I really, really love that blanket. So I started mine. I did, like, I think I told you this before. I did have one started, but I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. So, but these squares are different size anyways, so if I wanted, I don't think I would have continued with that one because these squares are slightly larger. I'm using 39 stitches to cast on instead of 31, which I believe Shelley Kang's pattern calls for. So these ones are a little bit bigger and I'm quite enjoying them. Not that I didn't enjoy the other ones, but just because these are a tiny bit bigger, I feel like my blanket will go faster. It's weird logic, but whatever. Yeah, so I have that working on. I haven't worked on my Chosen Path shawl this week. I've been fairly busy. I worked a couple of days at the restaurant, and then I spent the rest of the week sewing. So it's been a crazy, crazy week. I've had I don't even know what I was gonna say. Awkward silence. Oh well. So I think that's all I have for knitting progress. Yeah. I feel like I knitted on something else, but I don't think I did. I guess just like having to rip out and restart my hitchhiker was just kind of, maybe that's what I thought. Whatever. So yeah, I think that's all I have for knitting related stuff. So I'm going to talk shop type stuff. So if you're not wanting to watch through that, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. And if you want to see more, then keep watching. So I did a ton of sewing this week, and you can hear charms. And so I had some pretty special bags. Look. So this one is not, they're all flattened right now, so just to make them easier to store. So that's how it looks regular. And on the inside is this beautiful, that's like his time travel symbol. And then of course the pocket with the more TARDISes on it. And I put on those really large police boxes that I found. It doesn't, I thought it would like, well, it's kind of wobbly, but I thought it would weigh down the bag. Like if you see it sitting on my computer in front of you, and I thought it would weigh down the bag quite a bit, but it doesn't. It doesn't really all that bad. And if once you put stuff in here, then it will be even better. So it's really nice, very, very nice. And I use my new tags again with my Sewn by Lindsay website on there, which is cool. I'm so happy that I got those ones instead of just having like Sewn by Lindsay on them. I actually put my Etsy shop on them. Makes it easier, I guess. Like I do have my card inside here behind the project cards, but you know, if you end up taking that out or whatever, then at least you have, at least you still have my website if somebody asks you where you got your bag. So this is the police box one. I have one of those in my shop. And then I made bees. This is alpha bees. So there's the back. And I put a little bee charm on there. And on the inside of this bag is honeycombs. So just like a very light brown pattern. Makes it easy to see inside the bag, like when you're looking for things. Sometimes I find like if you use darker fabric inside, you can't really see, like you might drop a stitch marker or something in there and then not be able to see it. So I really like this one. And so I have two of those in my shop. And then I made this really pretty black one with the birds on it. You can see there's a birdie right there. And on the inside, well actually the little charm for that one is a little bird. It's really cute. And on the inside is like a wood grain. It's really pretty. It's like a yellowy wood grain. So, and I usually use the inside fabric on the outside as well. So I use it for the handles. So this is your wrist handle, and it's on the zipper side so that when you're knitting you can leave your zipper a little bit open and pull your yarn through if you're walking around and knitting. And then I have this little one on this side if you want to hang anything from it. And then I also use it for the project pocket. So I try and keep the fabrics kind of together. If I don't have enough of one though, I'll generally use like a complementary solid or something for like the handles and all of that kind of stuff. But if I have enough of the inner fabric, then I use it. So this is a really pretty flowery bag. And I used a black flower. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. These are really pretty black flower as the charm. And on the inside of that, of course, polka dots. I really like these polka dots. I think they're cute. So I may end up having to make myself one of these ones, I think. But I have two of these in my shop for you guys. And then I have, going along with that theme, I also have this yellow bag, and it's really pretty as well. I put a little daisy charm on there. And of course, you can tell the inside fabric is like this little honeycomb motif. It's really pretty, and I love the pocket. The pockets worked out really good, that I was able to get a whole black flower, so the flower that looks like that, in the center of the pocket, which I was really impressed with, because it was fun to put it in there. And then I have these really pretty red flowers, and on these ones I put a red flower on them. So you can see, just like the black flower, but it's red. And on the inside of that one is like these little branches with berries on them. I guess this bag is kind of Christmassy without being Christmassy. Like, you could use this bag all year round, but it's kind of Christmassy. I think the pattern, I think the fabric is called poinsettia something, because they kind of look like poinsettias, I guess. But I really liked it. So there's that one. And then I was able to get 2 kinds of bags from that same fabric. So this one, so as you can see, this one, here I'll show you the backs because that's a little bit easier. This one has smaller poinsettias or smaller red flowers, and then this one has larger ones. So depending on what you want, this one, the flowers are kind of all over the bag, whereas this one, the flowers have fallen kind of, and so there's no flowers on the top of the bag, but there's lots of flowers on the bottom, and so that's looks really neat. And it is the same lining as the other one, the little branches, and then I was able to get a big flower on the pocket, which is really nice. And this one too has a red flower charm. So that's pretty cool. I don't know why I say that all the time. That's pretty cool. Whatever. So I have those, and then I did some more unicorn and rainbow bags, and the charm is a little unicorn, which I think is super cute. But this one has a blue zipper, and if you remember the unicorn bag that I showed you before, it had a green zipper. So if you're not crazy about the green zipper, I have blue zippered ones too. So these are all the wedge bags that I did. This week I'm working on breakdown bobbin carriers, and if you haven't looked at those in the shop, they're for spinning wheel bobbins, like I have up here. So they break, the bobbins break apart, and then you can store them in here. So if you look inside, this is one of the bobbin bags that I did before. This isn't one of the new ones, but this one's in my shop. And if you look, there's a little pocket right here, and that's for the shaft of the bobbin. And then you put the spokes of, or the circular part of the bobbin in this part, so that you can carry them around, and they're padded, and so that it makes it really nice. And even this thing in here, the divider, is padded as well, and so it makes for a very nice carrying bag, especially if you're taking more than one bobbin with you, wherever you might go or whatever. Then it makes it nice and easy to carry. And so most of the bobbins fit in here. I believe there's a new one that, because I designed these to fit the Ackerworks bobbins, and that's ackerworks.com if you want bobbins for your wheels. He has several different designs. I believe he has Lendrum and Shaft and Ashford and all kinds of bobbins. I believe it fits almost all of them. I think there's a new one that he designed that I haven't measured to see if it'll fit in this one yet, but he has put the measurements online so I can easily look at that. And if somebody has that bobbin and wants a bobbin carrier, we can probably do like a custom order, and then I'll be able to size it out and then get them out. But they're really cool, and then they have a nice little handle to hold on to. I put a zipper pull on them, but I think I'm probably going to change the zipper pull to something else, just because these ones come off quite easily. They're just a piece of the zipper that I've torn apart and then just made a knot in it. So I might actually change that into like all the charms that I use for my wedge bags. So maybe these ones will get really nice charms on them too. But I really love these bags. This is what I'm working on this week, is bobbin carrier bags. So if you're watching and you want different colors than the two that I have in the shop at the moment, so I have this one and I believe I have a purple one. I don't know, it's closed in the storage case right now. So but yeah, so I have more of these coming, and so I've been cutting. You can see this stack right here of bobbin carrier fabric that I'm cutting and doing all that kind of stuff today and for the rest of the week. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on for the shop. And I also have these pins that I'm gonna add to the shop. These are like little white Christmas flowers. I have 2 of them. I guess I could hold it up this way. So these will be added to the shop. I think they're really cute if you're looking for something just small to put on your jacket or whatever. And then I have these really pretty snowflake pins, like for your clothes or whatever. They have a clasp on the back, and so you can just put it on your shirt or use it as a shawl pin even. I'm not really sure, but I have different kinds. So I have like, I don't know how many of them I have, but I have this pile and this pile here. So I'll add those to my shop for Christmassy time. I really like them. They're really pretty, and they look really nice on your jacket. They're kind of like a replacement for the poppy, I guess. You know, like once you take your poppy off at the end of November, then you can put one of these on your coat or wherever you want to put it. You can even put it on a hat, I guess, since it has a hat pin in it. But yeah, so I have those, which I'm going to add to my shop. Like I said, I still have some charms that I'm going to do, and then the bobbin carrier bags. I'm not crazy about the name. I'm calling them breakdown bobbin carriers, but if you can think of a different name for them, tell me. Maybe I'll change the name. Because it's a long, like, breakdown bobbin carrier. That's like this long. So maybe I can find a different name. Maybe you guys can help me with that. It's October 21st, so you guys have 10 days left for the Socktober, or Knock Your Socks Off October. So knit a pair of socks, post them in my group in the appropriate thread, and I will enter you to win a skein of yarn, which is in the drawer over there. It's a skein of wandering wool, and in the canopy colorway. It's on the project page, or like on the thread. So if you want to have a look at that, you also have 10 days left to enter my mini skein contest, which is tell me or show me about whatever mini skein project you're working on or that you want to start. And I will do the draw for both of those on the podcast following the 31st. So what I'll do is at the end of the day on the 31st, I will close both of those threads. And then on the following podcast, I'll random number generate and pick winners for those. So also the Knock Your Socks Off October giveaway, I'm also giving away my row housing pattern. If you haven't seen that, it's a pair of socks and it has little houses all the way up. So I'm giving away one of those and also the skein of yarn. So there will be 2 winners picked for that. And then the mini skein giveaway, there will be, sorry, my throat is dry. There will be 5 winners out of that. And so I will pick all 5 winners, and then if you can private message me your address, etc., and then I will get those prizes out to you. And yeah, that's all the goodies I have for you today, I think. I didn't really have anything life-changing this week, although my sister got awesome news. All her scans came back negative, so yay, so she's in remission. So that's really cool. And yeah, I don't have anything else, I don't think. We're planning our trip to Vegas. We're going to Vegas in January for the restaurant. They do a convention every 1.5 to 2 years, and normally it is during the US Thanksgiving, but because we have US stores now, they thought not to do that this year so that people didn't have to be away from their families during Thanksgiving. So this year it's in January, so that should be pretty neat. We'll get to experience a different time in Vegas, like especially if you go to like, because we usually like to go to the Bellagio and go into that flower garden. If you've ever been there, they change it based on the seasons, and we've never been there in January, so we'll get to see. I'm guessing probably still the Christmas stuff will be up, or they'll be getting ready for Chinese New Year. So, because we're going like in the beginning of January, or like mid-January, somewhere in there. So it should be fun. So we're planning that trip. We're planning on staying, well, we'll see. Right now the plan is to stay for a couple of extra days and go see the Grand Canyon because we've never been there. But we will see about that. So we have to, when we book our trip, we always have to get cancellation insurance because in case something happens at the restaurant and we need to be home instead of wherever we want to go. Not that we go anywhere. I mean, the only trip that we ever do is this trip every couple of years, and we're pretty much tied to the restaurant. So, but this trip is mandatory, so, or like they call it mandatory for the restaurant, because you end up learning a lot. Like they do like seminars and stuff during the couple of days that that you're there, and so you get lots of information, and then they'll also share like new things and whatever. So I probably won't podcast that week, or I'll do just a tiny little short one from Vegas, because I will bring knitting for sure. So maybe I'll just do a short little update and just post it on my blog or something, because I will have my computer and everything with me, so maybe I'll just do a short little one. We'll see. We'll see, because I do plan on going to one of the yarn shops, at least one of the yarn shops there while we're there. So we will, maybe I'll have something to update. We'll see. I mean, it's January, so it's quite a ways away, 3-4 months. Right? So there's lots of time to think of what's going on, so hopefully it should be a good one. Good trip. So I have lots of things that I'm doing today. My little, I don't know, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen it. I have a tall like whiteboard type thing. It's actually silver, but it's a whiteboard. And I have Post-its on it that I can move around to wherever they need to go. And it's quite full. It's quite full right now, which is awesome. Lots of things to do. So, and lots of new ideas. So we should see what happens with all of that. So, thank you for watching. And I hope everybody has a great week. As always. And sorry I'm a little bit squirmy. I have a cramp in my knee and it's kind of bugging me, so I should probably go take care of that. But have a good week. Hope you guys get lots of knitting done this week. Lots of progress. I'm going to try and have lots of progress for you guys, but I'm also going to try and sew a lot this week as well. I am on call, I believe, for the rest of the week for deliveries. So today was my lucky only day off. I've tried to keep booking Tuesdays off so that I can keep podcasting on Tuesdays. I really like Tuesdays for podcasting, so I will try and keep up with that. And yeah, but you know, life happens, right? So it may change here and there. So keep knitting on all your things. Show off what you're doing. Remember there's a FO and whip thread in there. Show me what you're doing. I like to see progress. I like to cheer on progress and things. And if you follow me on Instagram, etc., I always post progress pictures of mine. Yeah. I think that's all I have. I hope, well, I'll wish everybody a good week, and then that'll be it, because it's 51 minutes, and I'm, like, gabbing. I'm not really making any sense right now, but anyways, hopefully you guys have a great week. Not that I've said that, you know, 10,000 times already. And yeah, I guess I will see you next week. All right, bye.